as our support in the coming days. Amazon is another long term. I just keep adding and adding and adding to my Amazon position because why? I think this stock will still keep going higher and higher. See how we got into resistance only to reject it back down on Friday. 125 is our resistance. I was looking for this to keep going higher and higher and higher, only to pull back to the chart and look at it. I was like, oh yes, this 125 is going to reject. So I sold my call options on Friday, and then guess what? Boom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Wherever you are in this part of the world, on earth, we say thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for just sharing your weekend with me. What we got going on is going to be very simple. We're going to be taking our scan off of FEDS today, and we're going to be chatting off of StockTwit and also Think or Swim. Now, this coming week is going to be really interesting in the market. It will really detect what is going to happen. It will really tell us if we're going back to retest our breakout level in the market, right? Now, if we keep talking about the recession, the inflation, the market will at some point get used to it, right? The market will get used to it that it doesn't matter anymore in the market, and we start going up and up and up and up. That's what is happening right now in the market. Even the SPY almost really tapped that $400 spot on the SPY, right? But we have the FEDS coming in. Remember, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock or equity. This is for an entertainment purposes only, right? Now, what do we know about the Fed, okay, which we call FOMC, okay? FOMC, the term means monetary policy, right? That is what that term really means in the broader aspect of things. But what is FOMC itself? FOMC means Federal Open Market Committee, which are responsible for the market operations day in and day out, right? Now, we have a meeting coming up in July 26, 27. And this is where they're going to lay out their minutes, what they intend to do in terms of their balance sheet, and also raising rates or not even raising rates at all, or even reducing rates, right? So right now we are pricing in between 75 basis point to 100 basis points. Some people also prefer 50 basis point as well, but it's gonna be between 75 and 1 basis point, or even the Fed will not even do anything, right? But anyway, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock or equity. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now we got that out of the way. What I'll be doing today, I'm going to be talking about stocks, different stocks, what I'm watching, what I'm looking for. If I cannot post everything here, I will post them up on my Twitter account. Anyways, we have stocks coming in. We have the US stocks, no ETFs. We got what? Under 50 million in float with current volume above 300, average volume above 300, looking at the simple moving average of above 250 and 20, okay? And the stocks gotta be over $10. Now, our first one right here is gonna be Arrow XDX, okay? Arrow XDX, I'm looking at above $35. $35 right here is the resistance. Why did I say the resistance? Because if you take a look at this side, every time we come through this side, we reject it and we broke out, right? And look at that. We tried to support, we couldn't, and we failed, right? Now look at what is going on right now. We tried it first time, second time, the third time, we popped through it only to shake out the weekends and then close right below it. So keep an eye out on this area. This is a very critical area with your support right around that 200 moving average. So keep an eye out on this. Even if you take a look at it on StockTwit as well, we're looking at the same level right now. Our support is going to be the 200 moving average on this name, okay? So keep an eye out on this stock as well with support at that 200. If it fails, then we're looking at 32.50 on it as well. So keep an eye out on that as well. Thank you guys, thank you for your time. JP Morgan JP Morgan as well. I'm looking at JP Morgan and I'm like, oh my goodness, JP Morgan is right above the 20 exponential moving average and right below the 50 exponential moving average. What am I expecting? I'm expecting 115 reclaim. If 115 reclaims, then we can continue to push up into 117 or even 120 in this name. So keep an eye out on this as well. This 20 exponential moving average is going to be our support, okay? But guess what? We're looking at the market. What am I expecting the market to do, guys? I'm expecting the market to do a retest, okay? If this 50 exponential moving average failed in the SPY, we're going to retest this downtrend. See how we broke this downtrend? We were having issues back in the day to break out of that zone, and guess what? Which coincide with our 50. Right now we're breaking the 50 and then we retest it, right? So with the Fed coming in on Tuesday, Wednesday, guess what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? We'll probably have a shakeup into 390. Or even this 20 exponential moving average to retest this trend. If we retest this trend and it's solid and it holds, then guess what? We're going to bounce all the way back to the upside on the market. So keep an eye out. Last week I talked about the possibility of the market retesting this trend and then break out, and we did retest that trend and we broke out right above the 50 exponential moving average. So keep an eye out. I think I love this market to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. Even the QQQ as well, also a retest is possible for this 50 exponential moving average. Apple, what we got going on with Apple? Apple has been pushing and pushing and pushing to the upside into resistance. This is the resistance area right now. So I'm expecting price, if the market does good and on Monday, if we decide to react to the upside, you know, Apple could get to 158 and reject that area because it's our 200 moving average. So that is a very solid resistance in the making. We also have GM. What we're talking about GM, we are beginning to see sign of breakout of this downtrend, right? So keep an eye out for this area. If we break, then look for $36 on it and then continuation. Remember, this is a long-term play for me. JP Morgan, we talk about JP Morgan, that I like that to the upside. AMD as well, this really did pop higher with the market going higher, and also the issue with, you know, the semiconductors, how, you know, the house worked on that as well. So right now this $88 is gonna act as our support for now, which coincide with our 50 exponential moving average. If this $90 area holds, guess what? We're gonna continue to push to the upside, but for now, keep an eye out on that 90 area. You'll be looking at that $89, $90 call on to the upside on AMD. Visa as well. Visa right now, this 215 is our solid area. If price can reclaim that spot, then we're good. We define that spot, we can continue to push higher. See how price is trying to pull back to the 200 to retest it, which is normal. Okay, if we retest this 210 211 area, then we should be all right to continue to push to the upside. I like it to the upside. ADBE, this is Adobe Systems. Right now Adobe Systems, we pull back. We rejected this resistance right here and then pulled back into the 394, 395. That's going to be our support, which coincides with our 50 exponential moving average. So keep an eye out on that area, as I do like that as well. Raven as well. Raven, RIVN with Amazon. I think they are doing their thing, right? So keep an eye out. See if price can continue to push to the upside. But for now, I'm looking for a retest, because we're gonna we rejected this $35 area and only to pull back. We're looking for $30, 31 area as a support. Why? Because we have the 50 and the what? The 20 exponential moving average around that area. So keep an eye out as well. Without that, we also got to talk about Lucid as well. Lucid is pulling back right now. We're tapping the 20 exponential moving average area, which also coincides with our 50. So keep an eye out. If that area holds, we'll continue to push to the upside. If it fails, then we'll be looking for $18 on that name. NVAX as well, with approval and all that going on NVAX. Right now we did pop to the upside to $65 spot, only to reject it back because coincide with what? With our resistance zone. Okay, our previous support, now our resistance, and only to pull back down. So look for this trend, see if price can bounce off this trend in the coming days on NVAX. Shake Shack as well. Shake Shack is another one to keep an eye out on. I think we're really hitting resistance here at $50, and that stock really pulled back down. We're looking for 45 or 46 as our support in the coming days. Amazon is another long term. I just keep adding and adding and adding to my Amazon position because why? I think this stock will still keep going higher and higher. See how we got into resistance only to reject it back down on Friday. 125 is our resistance. I was looking for this to keep going higher and higher and higher, only to pull back to the chart and look at it. I was like, oh yes, this 125 is going to reject. So I sold my call options on Friday, and then guess what? Boom, we got this fall pull back to the downside. So right now I'll be looking for a retest of the 120 or 117 area for another peak, add to my long-term portfolio as well. NVIDIA also, NVIDIA is another one too. We got right into resistance, which is this 180 area, 181, and only to reject it, pull back to the 50 exponential moving average. We're talking about Boeing as well. Boeing, what we got with Boeing going on? Boeing right now, this 160, 165 area is our resistance zone, only to reject it because the market also pulled back down. Right now we're looking at 155, 156 area as our support. JKS, Jinke Solar, what we got going on with Jinke Solar? Right now we did pull back down into 50, right? Or at this point in time we'll fail in that 50. Look for support around the $60 zone for now, okay? DPZ, this is also Domino's Pizza. Right now we really push higher, even in attempt to make the 200 moving average, but we just couldn't get past through that area. Fail all the way back into 20 exponential moving average. If 400 doesn't hold as a critical support, this 399 400, then we'll be looking for 389 or 388 in the coming days on DPZ. Moderna as well. Moderna also did some a fantastic mood. Right now we're looking at this shape right now. If we can hold this 160 area as a support, then we can continue back to 170. If this 160 doesn't hold, price will pull back to 155 or 152 in the coming days. Ababa as well, I have a long-term position. I'm looking for price below this $100 to add to my position. We did come below, but that is not enough for me. I need a confirmation. If this stock is going to continue to push to the upside, then I can pick some around this area. But for now, keep an eye out as a very solid support in that $100 zone. Square as well is another one to keep an eye out. Look at that level. 50 exponential moving average is our resistance, which is our $76 zone. We rejected that area only to pull back down. Next support is going to be $70 on block, so keep an eye out as well. We'll also talk about Palantir. Palantir right now we're pulling back after we settle without $10.50 area, only to pull back down to 984 close. So 950 is our support on Palantir. IBM as well. IBM right now we're looking to retest the 200 moving average. If we reclaim, then we'll reclaim that area and then continue to push to the upside. This area is also a good area, 126, 128, also to pick for a long term, because this could possibly be fake out, shake hands on that area as well. So keep an eye out as well. We're looking at PayPal. PayPal right now we're looking at $80 as a support. If that area holds, then guess what? We're moving back to that $90 spot. Okay, BBBY, this is Bed Bath and Beyond. Right now we're beyond that level of critical support. So right now we're looking at $6 as our resistance. If that $6 doesn't come, then we can't go nowhere. We just need to fill this little gap it created and back down. That is our obstacle. $6 is the problematic area. If we can break that $6, then the downtrend break is defined right into $8. So keep an eye out on BBBY as well. We're looking at play. What we want play to do right now we need to break through the 50 exponential moving average. If we can break through that area, then we can push right into 200 moving average. So keep an eye out as well. CVNA, we're looking at that as well. Right now 25 is our support, which coincide with our 20 exponential moving average. If that price, look at the MACD is really pushing to the upside, and also RSI, we're still doing good in terms of that. Market broader view, guys, this is what I'm looking at right now. See how we really, you know, all across board we really did pull lower, except utilities and healthcare. So keep an eye out in the market. They're just reacting to the next week Fed's reaction. So keep an eye out on Microsoft as well. Microsoft right now, I'm looking at this 265 area break. If we break that area, we'll continue to push to the upside, but for now 20 exponential moving average is going to act as our support, with room down 255 for a long term if you're looking for, like, you know, a long term hold. CWH as well, this is Camping World Holdings. Right now we're just pushing and pushing and pushing. I'll be looking for a reject around this $27 area, so keep an eye out. If we reject that area, then stock will pull back to 26, or even this trend right here. This is the area of support. If we continue reclaim and, you know, open back up and then hold, then we'll continue to push right into $30. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. If you have any question, concern, you can email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.